Do you ever find yourself standing in front of a piece of art, feeling lost in a sea of colors and shapes? Often, when we look at an artwork, we think, where should I look? What should I see? On which elements should I focus? Seeing art is one thing, but there is also feeling art, because art is something that can be perceived both intellectually and emotionally. We hope that this video will make you enjoy art more and make you feel comfortable when looking at it, regardless of whether you've had any art expertise before or not. The first step to understanding art is looking. Isn't it obvious that we look at art? Not entirely. When we visit a museum, we tend to spend a few seconds in front of a painting. Therefore, it is important to understand the basic elements of a work of art at first glance. Ask yourself, what am I looking at? You can help yourself with the title of the work. Does it suggest anything to you? It is also important to define the subject. It could be a landscape, a person, a group of people, a scene from a story, and so on. You could then try to answer other questions, such as, what is the setting, or the time and place depicted? Does it relate to history, politics, or everyday life? What is the mood of the work? As you can understand, we started from a title and are slowly going deeper to reach the second step. The second step is seeing. What's the difference between looking and seeing in the context of art? Looking is about literally describing what is in front of you, while seeing is about applying meaning to it. When we see, we interpret what's there in front of us. This practice is a little more analytical, so we need to introduce some elements. The elements of art are the building blocks used to create a work of art. For this video, we will mention just a few. A line is the most basic element of art. It is an identifiable path created by a point moving in space. Lines can be horizontal, vertical, or diagonal. Straight or curved, thick or thin. They lead your eye around the composition and can communicate information through their character and direction. Horizontal lines create the feeling of stability and calm. Vertical lines give the impression of height and strength and often have a spiritual connotation. Zigzag lines alter direction fast and create feelings of unrest, turmoil, and movement. Diagonal lines give dynamism to a composition. Curved lines give movement to the scene. Lines can be imaginary or implied. For example, a line of sight can be a very strong, albeit invisible line, along which the viewer's eye travels. Also, a pointing finger can send the viewer's eye on a journey through the painting. The second element is the space. Space is what lies between, around, or within an object. The relationship of positive to negative space can greatly affect the impact of a work of art. In this painting, the main figure occupies the positive space. The disproportionate amount of negative space accentuates the figure's vulnerability and isolation. The third element is value. Value is how light or dark something is. Artists use color value to create different moods. Darker value paintings give rise to a heavy, mysterious, dramatique, and sometimes brooding feeling in the viewer. Brighter value paintings create emotions of lightness, quickness, and spirituality. Overall, value is what artists use to portray light and form. The further from the light, the darker the value, like in this example. With the use of these and other elements, artists can compose their paintings, and by mixing them, they effectively communicate what they are depicting. For example, artists can create a visually balanced composition. Balance is the distribution of the visual weight of objects, colors, textures, and space. It can be symmetrical, suggesting a sense of stability and solidity, as in this example. Or it can be asymmetrical, often conveying a sense of movement or instability. Artists can also add emphasis to their works by placing elements that capture the viewer's attention in a specific place. In this sculpture, the central figure stands out due to its relative size and position above the other figures. The diagonal lines of the contorting bodies and the serpent lead the viewer's eye to the figure, further emphasizing him and conveying the intensity of his struggle against the snake's stranglehold. Before moving on to the last important step, I would like to analyze a painting with you to consolidate what has been said so far. Let's pretend we're in an art gallery and this painting catches our attention. We don't know anything about it. Let's start by looking at it. We read the label and the artist is called Henry Bacon. Unfortunately, we don't know him. So let's try reading the title, Sailor with Mother. We begin to understand the context of the painting. We see a city in the distance, elements of the countryside, some people, and two central figures. Through the title, we understand that the story behind this painting tells of a sailor and his mother. Now let's proceed to see the painting with more analytical eyes. We can draw a horizontal line, which gives a sense of calm and tranquility to the composition, and another curved line that indicates the movement of our protagonists. And finally, an imaginary line starts from the two girls who look towards the two main subjects. The space is occupied by elements that make us understand the story better. In the distance, we see a small town. Probably the sailor has returned from a long journey and is walking with his mother towards his house in the countryside. The richness of elements in the context makes us understand that the story is a photograph of a moment in the life of the two protagonists, not a psychological representation of the artist. The colors of the painting are bright, but the color palette tends towards cold. Therefore, it suggests to me a good feeling but with a slight air of sadness. If I drew a horizontal line, I would see that the composition is not symmetrical. Therefore, I do not perceive the idea of stability in the painting. This reinforces the idea of the movement from the city to the countryside. We have analyzed the work, and the time has come to talk about the last step to be able to read a work of art. Feelings. Not every piece of art will evoke feelings in you, and that's okay. This is a very private matter. Surely by having learned to read a work, we can connect on a deeper level with the painting itself. In the case of Sailor with Mother, I want to give my interpretation. If you feel like it, you can write your interpretation in a comment or interpret a painting as you wish. I will be happy to answer everyone. This painting makes me happy and sad at the same time. I believe that the sailor's return is a joyful event, as a mother sees her son return, but there is no element of joy. Reinforcing this idea is the mother's gaze, which is directed downwards, not creating a connection with her son. Furthermore, the sailor's gaze is not directed at the mother, but looks out of the painting itself. This makes me think of the responsibility that the boy must have in the future. The two girls, looking at the protagonists, seem to be speaking in a low voice, given the position of their heads. It makes me think that something happened. News that brought sadness to the whole affair. The sailor probably had a brother, and he passed away.